Hi, I'm Jack Algiere here at Stone Barn Center for Food and Agriculture, here to share some helpful information with you about culinary herbs from the field. Today I'd like to share with you 3 different culinary herbs, and we'll start with rosemary. Now, these rosemaries were started from seed a year ago and are transplanted out in this field. As with most woody perennials, it's really important that when we are coming to harvest this plant, that we consider that action a pruning, and that we use a good sharp tool. Now, this pair of Felco pruners here I've had for nearly 25 years. It's still just practically as sharp as the day that I purchased it, and these pruners have done a world for caring for lots of different plants in this garden here alone. What we'd like to do is really just use the pruners to shape the plant, to bring down the branches in the center and get the plant to grow more from the inside. When we cut lower to the ground, closer to 6 inches or so, it will help the plant stay centered and grow from that crown. The higher up we pick, the more unstable the plant will grow. Now, rosemary can of course be used fresh. It's very resinous, and when it dries, it keeps that oil and it keeps its potency. You can cure it in oil, or you can dry it in your kitchen so that it can be crushed or used whole. And it certainly is just as wonderful as a good dry plant as it is a fresh herb. So with a plant like this, we might hang this whole stalk like this, make a small bundle, and tie it in our kitchen. And this will give us enough rosemary for any number of meat dishes or salad dressings or infused oils or things like that that you might want to spice up with rosemary. Now, rosemary and the other herbs we'll talk about today are all members of the mint family, and they all have lots of aromatics to share. That's why they are so fragrant. They have the capacity to produce some really wonderful essential oils. So why don't we go visit another friend of ours, lemon verbena, down at the other end here, and talk about that one. So this is lemon verbena, and if you could smell this wonderful plant, it's got a bright, wonderful, mellow kind of vanilla lemon flavor that comes out of this plant. It's wonderful for desserts and for teas, but also really works with some great savory dishes, especially with things like fish and poultry that can really benefit from a little bit of that lemon kind of flavor. So now we're going to take a walk over across and look at some German thyme. So German thyme is a very prolific plant. Usually grows in a crown. In fact, this plant right here, this is just one plant around here, and it really spreads out. So really, when we harvest thyme, we're really looking for a particular moment. We try to harvest this plant just before it goes to flower. As it's kind of going up to flower, the best moment for all herbs, thyme, rosemary, even sage and verbenas and things like that, actually are the best moment for their essential oils is right before the flowers begin to bloom. This is when the plant is at its greatest strength and when all those essential oils are really at their peak of flavor. So what we like to do is really use this plant and kind of bring it up. And in fact, for this, I do more of a haircut for it, really. And this helps the growth of this plant because the thyme plant is really kind of grows like a small bush. So rather than taking little tiny pieces off, I prefer to just kind of prune it like a hedge. Thyme can be used for any number of savory meat dishes, but it can also be used as a great winter tea. However you have it, thyme's on your side. So thanks for joining us today. If you'd like to learn more about what we do here at Stone Barns, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or check us out on the web at stonebarnscenter.org. Thanks for joining us today.